How was I able to help 2 of my clients with 3 real estate transactions in 6 months? This is the first video in a 3-part series where I show you the importance of communication, timing, and managing expectations to help my clients reach their goals. This video will focus on my client JoAnna and the sale of her first home. But it's important to know a little about the backstory first. In December, I got an Instagram message from my former coworker and friend, JoAnna. She asked me pretty specific questions about new construction homes, and when I messaged her back, she told me that she and her partner, Misty, who I also used to work with, were looking to sell both of their homes and buy in a new construction community. Turns out, JoAnna and Misty had been looking at a very specific floor plan in a very specific community and knew exactly what they wanted. They were ready to start their home buying journey, but needed guidance on how to coordinate selling 2 homes and buying at the same time. Stick around to find out how we overcame obstacles during this process. If we haven't met yet, I'm Stacey Russell, your Northwest Houston Realtor, educating buyers, sellers, and investors on all things real estate. Take a second to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified anytime I release new real estate videos. And I would really love to connect with you, so don't be shy, drop your comments below and let me know your thoughts on this video. Also, if you're interested in purchasing a new construction home like my clients JoAnna and Misty, take a look at this video where I explain the new construction process and how to take advantage of incentives to save you money. Since Misty and JoAnna knew exactly what they wanted, it made my job super easy. I scheduled an appointment with a sales agent at the new construction community. We went in to get information about the process and pricing and literally walked out with my clients ready to sign a contract and pay their earnest money deposit. I'll be talking more about their new construction home journey in the 3rd video of this series. We were told that their new home would be completed by the end of June, possibly by the end of May. This gave us a time frame and helped us create a plan for listing their homes. I told my clients that there are a lot of moving parts in this process and that it was really important for us to stay in control of our timing so that we could rebound if anything happened during the sales process. And rebound we did. I've helped clients buy and sell many properties in my 2 years of real estate, but one thing that I learned is that no 2 real estate transactions are the same. As the advocate for my clients, it's important for me to manage expectations and help them understand the best and worst case scenarios that come with any real estate deal. These past 6 months have been surprisingly smooth, but we have had our fair share of obstacles to overcome. Now that you're caught up on the backstory, let's talk about how I helped JoAnna sell her home. JoAnna bought her first home in 2019. It was a great first home in a great location, not too far from downtown Tomball. When we had our listing appointment, I toured the home and I gave her recommendations on what could help her get top dollar. I ran a comparative market analysis to show her what comparable homes had sold for in the last 6 months, and I gave her an idea of how much she could sell her home for, whether or not she decided to take my recommendations and update certain items of the home. She made the decision to paint the interior of the home, the exterior trim, add new 2-inch faux wood blinds, update the light fixtures, replace door handles, and completely renovate the kitchen. She installed brand new cabinets, countertops, added a new sink and range hood, and had a new dishwasher installed. While we were prepping the home for sale, we decided to promote the listing on the MLS as coming soon in order to generate some buzz. From the second we listed the property as coming soon, I had multiple calls and texts asking for more information about the property and when the home would be available. The results of this strategy were exactly what we were looking for. Once the remodel work was complete, we were ready to declutter and stage. Now, I am not a professional stager in any way, shape, or form, but I was able to use a mix of JoAnna's items from my home, and home decor items that I bought from Ross and Marshall's. And we staged the home. It looked beautiful, and then before we knew it, it was ready for professional photography. I hired my friend Joshua, who owns Sunblind Media, to take the listing pictures, and he did a great job. I uploaded the pictures to the MLS, and we moved from coming soon to active on a Thursday, and the house was booked with showings for the next 2 days. I hosted an open house over the weekend to generate more traffic and promote the listing across my social media platforms, and by Sunday evening, we had 9 offers, 7 of which were at or over list price. I started calling each lender to verify the strength of the buyers and ran seller nut sheets for JoAnna so that she could see an estimate of how much money she could make from each offer. She narrowed down her options and selected an offer that could close within 3 weeks. Before we knew it, we were under contract. The buyer paid his option fee and earnest money quickly and was very reasonable in negotiating concessions during the option period. Within a week, we moved into pending status. The appraiser came out, got the appraisal back to the lender, and we were really just waiting for the title company and the buyer's lender to finalize everything on their side. I continued to check with all parties to see if there was anything that we needed to do on our end, but everything seemed to be on track. Until 2 days before closing, when I got paperwork from the buyer's agent that the buyer was terminating the contract. I obviously immediately called the buyer's agent to get information on why the buyer was pulling out of the deal at the last minute. And the agent told me that the buyer's lender did not know that the buyer had switched from a salary position to a commission position back in January. This poor buyer had to pay for an inspection, a survey, and an appraisal, not to mention an option fee and earnest money, all to be told that he doesn't qualify for a loan for another year and a half. This is why it is so important to have a great team of real estate professionals behind you. Who you choose as your lender and agent matter, and they can make or break a deal. If you ever need amazing lender recommendations in the greater Houston area, please reach out to me. I work with some of the best lenders in the industry. I worked with the buyer's agent to try to find another lender who could help get the deal done, but ultimately, my client was ready to go back on the market and get her home sold. So that's what we did. We went back on the market and once again had a lot of interest and showings. It's never easy to go from pending back to active. When this happens, most buyers think that the home didn't appraise or something is wrong with the home. My strategy was transparency. The facts were buyer financing fell through and we had an inspection report available to anyone who wanted to make an offer. I hosted another open house over the weekend and by Sunday evening we had another 8 offers. But there was one that really stood out. One offer waived the buyer's option period entirely because that buyer felt comfortable using the previous buyer's inspection report. Their offer allowed us to go from active to pending without having to wait 5 to 10 days for the buyer to have an option period and negotiate repairs or concessions. That agent knew what she was doing, and I always appreciate agents who help their clients win in multiple offer situations. The process with this agent, this buyer, and this lender were nearly perfect. There were a few small hiccups along the way, but overall, both parties made it to the closing table and we got JoAnna's house sold. It sold for over asking price, and now she has money to put into her new construction home that she's buying with Misty. Misty's home is set to close next week, and I'm really looking forward to filling you in on how her home selling journey has gone in part 2 of this video. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions that you have about the buying, selling, or investing process. I love helping people understand their options in their current market and how having a great real estate agent can help them along the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.